right, for comprehension this week, we are going to work on citing text evidence, but first we're going to work on finding the evidence in the text to answer our questions. So you will find this paper in your group's basket, so you guys can just grab that out. You will also use the colored pencils that are in your baskets as well to do this assignment. So what we are going to do is we are going to read Helpful Honeybees, and then we are going to answer the questions that go with it. But to answer these questions, we first have to find the answer in the text, color it the color given, and then answer that question. So let's read this first, and then we'll get into the questions and the coloring, okay? So helpful honeybees. Bees are insects that live all over the world, with the exception of Antarctica. There are more than 20,000 different types. People started keeping bees for their honey at least 4,000 years ago. The honeybee is the only insect that produces food that is eaten by people. Today, beekeepers raise honeybees for their delicious honey and also for the beeswax that they make. Beeswax can be used to make candles. Bees get all of their food from flowers. The flowers hold a sweet liquid called nectar. They also contain pollen. Pollen is small, like pieces of dust. A honeybee visits around 100 flowers during one collection trip. While bees are buzzing around from flower to flower, gathering pollen to take back to their hive, they spill some of it along the way. That is actually a very good thing. When the bees drop the pollen from one flower onto another, it allows the flower to make seeds. Those seeds can then grow to make new flowers. That means bees are very important to keep our environment in balance. So what we're going to do now, and I suggest having this in front of you and following along and just completing it as I do the examples. So directions: lightly color the pencils below in the colors listed. Answer each question using complete sentences. Underline where you found your answers in the text using that same color. So what you are going to do first is with the colored pencil, number 1 says blue. Lightly color this pencil the color blue. Like I said, lightly, because you are going to write your answer in this, and I want to be able to read it. So color this blue lightly. Now let's answer the question and find it in the text. Who raises honeybees? Actually, just for reference, I'm going to highlight this blue so you know this is blue. Who raises honeybees for their honey and beeswax? So we need to find the answer in the text, so keep that blue colored pencil. Who raises honeybees for their honey and beeswax? Well, if I look up in the text, I see that it says today, beekeepers raise honeybees for their delicious honey and also for the beeswax that they make. So you are going to underline that in blue. I highlighted in blue, but you are going to underline the answer in blue, and then you are going to write the answer in your first box. Today, beekeepers raise honeybees for their delicious honey and also for the beeswax they make. Okay, I got one done. This should be colored blue. This should be underlined blue, and you should write the answer as well. I'll do one more. So this one says red. You are going to color this in red, okay? I'll use a lighter. So this pencil should be colored red. What is the sweet liquid in a flower called? Let's find our answer first. What is the sweet liquid in a flower called? The flowers hold a sweet liquid called nectar. This needs to be underlined red. Okay, if you're going to get points, they need to be underlined the color in the text. The colored pencil needs to be colored that color, and you need to answer it. So here I'm going to write, the flowers hold a sweet liquid called nectar. Okay, you got 2 done. So remember, color the pencil that color, underline the answer to that question in the color, and write that answer down.